Hey everybody, Backpack Hack here, coming at you with another piece of gear for me to review. And this isn't something that you go out and buy unless you want to make it. This is a portable power supply. Now, years ago, I bought one of those commercially available units with the great big battery clamps that you could jump start your vehicle. It had a radio, a flashlight, a little red flasher in it. Had a USB port in it so you could charge your cell phone. Great idea. I loved having it because it worked quite well for about 14 months. Then the battery quit holding a charge. Contact the manufacturer. They weren't interested in selling me a battery. So I thought, well, I'm a handy guy. I can take this thing apart, find the battery, and order one online or get one from the local battery supply houses. Unfortunately, that thing was epoxied together. There was simply no getting it apart. I had to destroy it to get down to the battery. So I decided, never again. I'm not going to buy one of these ever again. I'm going to make my own. And that's precisely what I did with this metal toolbox that I found at Sears. So I'll bring the camera in here and I'll show you some details on what I did to put this together. Okay, so what's under the hood? Let's open her up and I'll show you. First thing is, I made it so I could still use the plastic little tray that sits inside here. I use that to hold things like this is a little plug-in 100-watt AC inverter that I can at least get a little bit of AC 110 volt power out of. I've got several of these little plug-in LED flashlights. Those plug into the side. And if I need a USB cable charger, I've got one of those little plug-in chargers or adapters that plug into the cigarette lighter. And the heart of the system is down here under the hood. And I've got the room for the charger over here on the side. This is a trickle charger. Like I say, once a year I will take this and I will plug this in and simply use these battery clamps to clip on here and charge the battery. I just do that like once a year. These are nice heavy duty batteries. I think these were originally designed for wheelchairs or electric wheelchairs or scooters. And they're held in by these two pieces of wood that I simply cut to fit tight. And then I've put a screw in both the front and the back to hold them in place. And that holds these batteries in there tight. They don't move. And then also, and I'm going to try to tip this forward so you can, I'll take another video of it. But if you're wondering why I used yellow and purple, well, because I had yellow and purple. I don't have to use red and black. The electrons don't care. And if you know anything about electricity or electronics, you'll know that the color of the insulation really doesn't matter. You can use any two colors that you want. I mean, anybody can look in here and say, well, the red is positive, that's yellow, the negative is purple. So that's easy to see. But what I did was over here on the side is I reused the couple of pieces that I got off of my old system, which is a fuse holder, which I don't use. I just happen to put it in there and not used it. The circuit breaker, the switch I found at a local store. And then I've got a couple of cigarette lighter plugs here. And so all I do is, like, once a year, I'll plug this in, trickle charge it, throw it behind my seat of the truck for vacation. And that's the only time I really charge it up, is once a year. So I'm going to put this back together. I'm going to bring you around here to the side and show you what's going on here on the side of the unit. Over here on the side, I've got a power button that I can turn the system on and off, and the circuit breaker, and then two USB ports. And let me plug this thing in so I can show you how simple this thing is to operate. I'm going to plug this in, turn this on, and you can see I have a light here. And I can plug in just about any sort of light that I want. These are handy little lights to have around the house. And this way, if I wanted to, I could throw this upside down and have like a night light, or, you know, have a light here at a campsite if I wanted to. I could actually plug in two of these if I wanted to and get more light. Get that plug in there, and we got plenty of light on a campsite, where I could, you know, all sorts of different things. All I did was simply drill out these holes, and like I say, I left them down far enough so I could still go ahead and put this tray back in and maintain the use of this tray. So that's how the side of it works. I use this tray to keep all this stuff organized and handy to keep in here. And I also, when I travel, I keep USB charger cords in here for my phone and my tablet and my GPS unit, so I can charge those up if I need to. And that is how I put together my own little customized power supply. This is something that I've never been sorry that I've had. I always have plenty of power. This way, if the electricity goes out, I can charge my cell phone, I can run my laptop, I can charge my tablet, I can charge just about anything that either takes 12 volts or USB. I put it together for probably about $100. So it was far less than one of the commercially available ones. Yes, I don't have the clamps to start my battery or my car with. It doesn't have the big jumper cable type things, but that's something I never needed anyway. So this is Backpack Hat coming at you with this trail tip. Take some time, do a little research. You don't have to follow this design exactly. You can come up with your own, but hopefully this will give you an idea about how you can build your own portable power supply. It's very, very reliable. I take this on vacation. I just charge it up, throw it behind the seat of my truck, and when I'm out in the sticks and I want to charge my laptop or my cell phone or something, I just plug it into this. How long does it last? I've never really run the battery down, even when I'm gone on vacation for 2 or 3 weeks at a time, and I'm constantly using this thing. I've never run it down. So give yourself an idea here to possibly build one of these. It's great for having around the house when the electricity goes out. It's great for being out in the car camping. Obviously, this is something you're going to go backpacking with, but if you're going to be car camping, this is a great power supply. So this is Backpack Hat coming at you with this trail tip. Be safe out there, and I'll see you out there in the trail.